Do black women date nerds? I guess you don't know until you actually ask black women instead of talking at black women. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. So what's going on, guys? Time for a cute little segment on Kingarees, honey. As I already told you, Justin J1232 is transitioning to Kingarees. Pay attention, get ready for the transition as we grow and expand to a bigger and more successful brand. Thanks to all the people who's been supporting Justin J and the channel and everything that I've been doing, girl. We almost at 100,000 subscribers, and that's thanks to all y'all. But it's time to have a conversation about the things that's going on social media. There's a conversation about black women not dating nerds. I think the conversation started after Childish Gambino's video dropped, This Is America. If you've not seen my review on it with the panel kitchen table talks, whatever you want to call it, check it out. If you have, you didn't like it, oh well, we had a conversation. And some of y'all liked it, some of y'all didn't. But you know, girl, I mean, that's what we do. We do stuff like that. But overall, the conversation started probably early this week after the premiere of the video. During the conversation, people started to bring up the fact that Childish Gambino's wife is white. Some people said that Childish Gambino didn't have a choice but to date a white woman, considering that black women are not interested in nerds. Now, so many different layers and so much stuff we got to talk about. Overall, when I first saw the post posted on Facebook, I started talking to some of my black female friends and getting their perspective on it and how they felt. Now, let me tell you, I was a gay and a nerd in high school. I was a nerd throughout elementary school, through middle school, and I think I wore glasses throughout half of my life. I didn't start wearing contacts till I was grown. But yes, I got bullied for being gay and being a nerd and being different. And during that time, I did have some issue dating black girls or whatever. Girls were not interested in me in high school because I was different. And then it did seem like that, the girls were chasing, the trash ass men and this and that, the thugs and all that. But I had to think about it and just really realize that I was making a big ass generalization based off the small ass community that I was a part of. And I think that a lot of people don't understand that when they have these conversations. You can't say that all black people eat well done steaks until you talk to me or my friend Sabrina. Like, black people as a whole are not monolithic, meaning that there is not just one standard of blackness across the board. So we have got to understand that there's different type of black women, there are different type of black men, there's nerds, this, that, the blurs, there's all types of stuff. And I think that even when we talk about nerds, we talk about, anime and this and that might not be everybody's definition of nerd, because I know a lot of people that I went to high school with that watched anime. Some people did not watch Pokemon, some people didn't do the Pokemon cards and stuff. Some people went even further with Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh! And all that type of stuff. I was a part of that. Some people, start permanent her and doing a little swoop and stuff. But overall, I think the conversation came from Childish Gambino and Childish Gambino dating a white woman. I think that people were saying that, equating that, well, he couldn't find no black sister interesting to him until he got big and on, and then black women were interested in him. There's been some pictures and stuff of even like a cartoon of a black boy. He was a nerd, and then the black women weren't interested in him, and then they came back and he was on, he had money and stuff, and she was pregnant and got 2 baby daddies. You see how those generalizations go, and just how we continue those stereotypical ass bullshit that is unnecessary and unneeded and unwarranted without any type of true research. And the reason why I felt it was so important for me to speak on this, even after speaking to some of my black female friends, is I used to put black people, heterosexual black men, in a box. When I was in high school, middle school, and even elementary school, I was bullied to a great length. I was bullied throughout my childhood from black heterosexual men, and I thought that this was just black men. This is just how they are. I mean, they're gonna do that anyway because that's just who they are. I literally thought that. Going outside of my school, going to different parts of the city and different type of districts and stuff, I learned that black men are not the same everywhere. Like, it's different. I think I was making a generalization off the stuff I was seeing in the media, and also the things that I was seeing in my face. My community was was so small that I thought that this is the only thing that exists. That's just like the stereotype that all Asian people do nails and other things, and you know, all types of stuff. We have so many stereotypes for each race. I don't think it's even a stereotype for white people. I don't think that, because since it's the default, I don't even think we can even put a stereotype on their ass. And these are the ones that's giving us these type of stereotypes to begin with. But do black women date nerds? I think black women do date nerds. I've talked to some black women who were interested in talking to valedictorians and black men who was the top of their class. I think some of us are taking a 5% issue and making it a big issue. You see how that works when you take 5-6% of the problem and you make it bigger instead of focusing on the 95% of the problem, which really isn't even a problem to begin with. I think we're having conversations about the small, minute things that are going on, and we're making them bigger than what they are. You can't take a couple of situations and say, you know what, this happens all the time. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. It's the same thing as saying, well, you know, so much crime everywhere and it's always black folks. Yeah, child, but you're taking these small instances and these small things that we see on TV and you're making it seem like this shit is happening every day for black people, black on black crime and all that type of that stupid ass narrative promoted by white owned organizations and stuff. Girl, I can go into all of that. For the most part, I do think that black women do date nerds. They date all type of men. But I thought about, what was the name of that show that came on, Family Matters, when Steve Urkel was chasing, I think her name was Laura, and then the other girl who was interested in him, she was a nerd and he was not interested in her. I think that also goes to show us that we all be chasing a goddamn fantasy that does not exist, and a lot of us don't know truly what we want, which is why I'm going to start a new segment called In My Feelings, where I talk about dating and everything else that's going on. If some of y'all remember, I used to do In My Feelings videos and I used to just go off about men and how trash they are, but now we're going to ramp that up and we're going to rebrand it and clean it up and make it a good conversation for all us to be in and join. Like I said, I think we're all chasing some type of fantasy, and I think that fantasy is being promoted by society, that this is beauty, this is what you should be chasing, this is what you should be interested in. And I think as we get older and we start to realize that none of that shit is real, that we say, you know what, let me take a chance to date something that I was told that I shouldn't be attracted to. You see how that works? Like, you might, you know, just think about how many times you heard certain people say, well, I want a man that's tall, dark, and handsome, or I want a such and such type of looking girl. I don't know what they, because I've never been attracted to women, so I don't know. But you see how, you know, this stuff has been promoted. Like, I think, is every black woman going to be attracted to a tall, dark-skinned man? Hell no. Is every black woman going to be attracted to a short, dark-skinned man? Hell no. Black people are not just one box, one stone. Black women are not just one stone. Like, it's just not one block that represents all of them. They're all different and they are all interested in different things. And when we make dumbass generalizations like this, talking about that black women don't date nerds, I'm trying to see where is it coming from. We make these dumbass accusations about black women not dating nerds. I want to understand where it's coming from and what y'all trying to promote, because it does not seem like you all are truly interested in hearing if black women do date nerds. It's crazy because I'm starting to see that a lot of people are not interested in asking black women, do they do this? Do they feel this type of way? We're more interested in talking at them and telling them this is what y'all do, rather than just asking them. I think that a lot of folks who have been saying this shit hasn't even started the conversation. All they said was, this is what y'all do. It was never, is this what's going on? And you know, you can't get any, you've already made up your mind that this is what's going on. I know people ain't out here doing surveys and collecting data and doing years of research to see if black women only date nerds. Like, girl, and I know y'all ain't out here doing I know they ain't doing no research out here like that. I think they just talking out the side of their neck and they want to see what sticks and want to, you know, make themselves, you know, come and spit on black women and say, hey, this is what's going on. Y'all ain't checking for these brothers that's trying to do something. Y'all too busy chasing this. It's almost the same as saying that you got pregnant by that dude, it's your fault. But you have to understand it takes two people to have sex, usually when it's consensual. So this is both of their child, both of their situations. So both of them should be a part of that child's life. Even how we put so much pressure on women to make sure that everything is being taken care of with the child, but we don't put that much pressure on men. And then when women put pressure on men stepping up and paying and doing this and that, y'all want to say that women coming hard on child support. Yes, there are women who do beat the system. Yes, but it's probably like 3%. But then again, y'all go to these generalizations and saying that all women are doing this shit. All women are doing this and that. They doing this and shit. Everybody is beating the system. Everybody is beating the system. You got fucking white folks beating the system. You got fucking can black people beat, like, you have people trying to beat the system in every damn thing. Like, that's going to happen. I mean, you can't get rid of that. But when you take 3% of the overall thing and you talk about that, you kind of just make it bigger than what it is. That's the same thing as saying that, you know, all women out here trying to get a check, they ain't been raped or this and that. But we know there's a percentage of women who don't even come out and say that they have been sexually assaulted. We know there's women who don't even come forward and say anything, because oftentimes they're gonna be looked at like, oh, you wanted it, or you this and that, or you were a whore, this and that. Like, there's no blame put towards the man at all. Like, girl. So yes, you do have women who do lie. Should you have a white woman who lied, I think, on a couple of black men that said they did something and come to find out nothing happened? That happens. But, you know, and even then, that happens to black men when it comes to white women. But overall, when we talk about sexual assault and the false accusations of sexual assault, research has shown that that shit is like, the false claims are like 3%. Now, they probably are higher when it comes to white women lying on black men. I damn sure believe that. That's why I'm saying, black men, if you're gonna date white women, you need to be very careful. You need to be very mindful in this damn day and age, considering all this shit that's going on. You have really got to be like, girl, I do love this person. I'm gonna have to take a chance, because look, the world's gonna be against you and they might be against you too, so girl. But other than that, I wanna know what y'all think about it, honey. I know y'all seen the conversation all on Facebook. Tell me what you think about it, honey. Do you think that black women date nerds? I think they do. Black women, I wanna hear from y'all. Do you date nerds? Have you dated nerds? I'm pretty sure some of y'all are. I see some of y'all nerd boyfriends all on Facebook and shit, and I be liking their picture when y'all post them couple pictures. But that's all I got. Let me know what you thought about all of this. Tell me in the comment section. I'll talk to y'all later on tonight.
Get out of my face. Get out of my face.